Hello everyone and welcome back to more Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. Today we're going to talk to T-Bone and go to the next undead level.
Well, seeing as how you did help me recover the rest of my body, I suppose I could help you out.
Alright, let's go to the Cadaverous Crypt.
Alrighty, the skeleton key is down here in this crypt somewhere. And don't you worry, I won't run out on you this time. Just be sure you don't run too far ahead, or else we might get separated. Well, guess I'll just wait out here then.
Alright, so now we need to go and find the skeleton key, but first we have a new enemy. The Roo Baby. Pink pincers will hurt. I can read all of that crud. But yeah, these guys are basically another Chompy equivalent, but they have a fun little gimmick that we'll get to later. But first of all, we're going to use this cannon to blow up these walls. Yeah, let's blow up the top wall as well. If this will go any faster, good lord. Yeah, that's one thing about this game that can be a little rough, is just waiting for these to continue. Anyway, the rotting zombie, their only weakness is fire. Case in point. Yeah, so we need to use fire or cannons to defeat the zombies, which it'll be fine. Also, unfortunately, we have to deal with more spiderlings because, of course, we have to. They just won't leave us alone for some reason. Anyway, let's go grab the story scroll.
The philosopher King Mortalanus, first lord of the undead, said, "While the living fear the undead, the opposite is not true. The undead are reasonable. They simply wish the living to stop, well, living. Where is the confusion? We will all be on the same team, eventually."
That is awfully morbid when you think about it. Good lord. And I can't destroy that barrel. Crud. But anyway, we got the story scroll, so let's go see what's on the right. Oh, I do want to break some of this stuff really quick because Terrafin is a little behind. Unfortunately. I kind of neglected him for a few episodes, and wow, okay, soul gem already. Sweet. And Hex has now obtained Skull Shield. Alright, let's go watch your little movie, I guess. I find it funny how most of her highlight took place in this level, and like only in the beginning portions. But I guess I can talk about Hex right now. Hex is pretty fun. I've used her only sparingly, but she has some really fun abilities, especially like her Skull Rain, which unfortunately the only downside of that one is that it takes a while to charge up. But hey, it does a lot of damage. Anyway, now that we've collected everything we can so far, let's go deal with some of these enemies. And okay, bone and arrow. No eyes, no problem. Okay, that guy might be a little bit of a problem. If I remember correctly, these guys can actually be a bit of a nuisance to deal with, but thankfully Terrafin was actually a pretty good pick against these guys, especially since Terrafin, good lord, Terrafin can do a lot of his underground shenanigans and actually just kind of annihilate them all. Legit, Terrafin's underground ability is one of the best things he has. Okay, we need a key in order to get in there. Alright, and we need a cannon for that. Let's first of all get this platform in the right direction for whenever we get the cannon. Very nice, and now we got a little bit of a block puzzle to do. This should be pretty easy. Yeah, just push that up there. Push this block over here. And there we go. Got that out of the way. And now for this bit, all we gotta do is push that block over there. Push this around. And we will be good in a moment. Come on. There we go. Awesome. The rhubarb, all claw, no bite. Yeah, right. I did not mean for that to rhyme, but oh well. Yeah, that's the funny thing about undead spell punks is that they will actually be able to turn the rue babies into rhubarbs, and they are very tough. But if you eliminate the spell punk, it will actually turn them back to normal, which is very, very helpful. But anyway, I think there's something else. Yeah, that opened up, thankfully. Let's move over here. Go down here. And there's something in here. Okay, a treasure chest. That is something we really need for Terrafin. But first of all, let's go ahead and get rid of that undead spell punk if we can. There we go. Thank goodness Terrafin's damage output's actually really solid. And we got the multi-hit punches, making him a lot better. Anyway, let's open up this treasure chest. There we go. Awesome. Now I can collect all of this stuff. Wow, that was a lot of treasure. Heck yeah. And now that we're done with that... Okay, a lot of the bone archers, that's actually pretty, a pretty interesting little thing there. Like, that they use the bone piles in order to get the jump on you. I actually kind of like that. You don't see that many enemies outside of, like, chompies, like, inside, like, breakable items and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool to see, like, an actual, like, I guess mid-tier enemy in there. Yeah. Anyway, we got our second and final soul gem, Trigger Happy. I think that's all the starter pack Skylander soul gems now. Anyway, let's go take a look at his highlights. And there we go, that was Trigger Happy. And honestly, I know I've mentioned him a lot already, but now that I've used him a lot more, yeah, he's a pretty darn solid Skylander, and one of the better starter pack Skylanders, though I will say he does have his flaws, especially since, yeah, it's less his fault and more so the fact that furry range characters generally have a bit of a problem with close range shenanigans, or heck, even just aiming in general can be a little weird for them. But despite that little flaw, he's still really good. Okay, there's an elemental gate over there. So let's first of all move this right here. Turn this bad boy around. Very nice. Now we can push this all the way up here and destroy that gate. Like so. Fire. Heck yeah. And now let's go ahead and break some of these statues just for some extra cash. Okay, there is a tech zone, so we're gonna have to swap to Trigger Happy in a second. But first of all, I'm gonna press this button. Okay, I think we're able to move forward now. Nice, but let's first of all swap over to Trigger Happy. We haven't seen a tech zone in a moment, have we? I don't think we have. Yeah. There we go. We've been seeing a lot of, like, I think undead zones lately, which I think a couple fire ones, which is nice. And okay, we need to collect 10 enchanted skulls in 1 minute and 20 seconds. So we don't have a lot of time, but then again, I think these things are kind of everywhere, so we should be fine. Especially since Trigger Happy, now that he's got his upgraded golden guns, is going to do a little more damage than usual. Yeah, good lord, the spamming that we can do with him now is awesome. And I think his projectiles increase in size a little bit. I could be wrong there. Anyway, let's go ahead and take care of these guys. We can also showcase his Gatling gun, which does a little more damage than the projectiles to make up for it being a, stopping Trigger Happy. Anyway, let's go ahead and collect this. There's a treasure chest right here, so we're going to make sure we collect this real quick. Come on, hurry up. Okay, the timer does pause, thankfully. Sweet, let's go grab all this good stuff. and grab this last enchanted skull, and we should be good. There we go. And now let's open up this present. Heck yeah. We got a halo. Or a crown of light. I don't know, I'm gonna call it a halo so I can use this clip.
I bring good tidings of great joy. Halo. Halo.
Hello.
Yeah, anyway. That clip was from the Goes Wrong show, which is another British thing that I am enjoying. I'm starting to realize how much I enjoy some British humor lately. To be fair, I watched Monty Python a whole lot, so it's only natural for me to like a lot of British comedies. Anyway, okay, so let's go ahead and... I'm going to stick with Trigger Happy for a little bit here, because I like playing as him, and I think we gave Terrafin a good amount of screen time, even though I think, you know what, we should probably swap back to Terrafin. I don't know, I'm wanting to try and highlight him this episode, even though I should probably be using Chop Chop a little bit more. I haven't used Terrafin that often. To be fair, I haven't used Spyro in a moment outside of last episode, which, to be fair, I used him for quite a bit last episode. Anyway, let's go break this wall down. And, oh, wow, I guess it was a good thing that we stuck around with Terrafin, huh? So let's create this bridge. There we go. And get a move on. I forgot what this one was. Oh, great, it's an escape thing, and our vision is limited. I forgot they brought this back. Like, I forgot they kept this and it wasn't a one-off thing. Oh well, it should be fine. And now we're gonna deal with the, I guess red spell punks? Or I think they're still the undead spell punks. They just, summon the rhubarbs. And then we'll turn them into rue babies, and then turns them into rhubarbs. Thankfully I was able to destroy them in time, so... yeah, they didn't stand much of a chance. I'd also like to mention this, that, when it comes to the, the transformed Rue babies with the rhubarbs, that they give the same amount of EXP that the Rue babies give, so you don't get much, from taking them out, which is a little dumb, not gonna lie. You have to put way more effort into fighting them. But, oh well, at least the undead spell punks give a good amount of EXP. Anyway, let's go up here, break this down. Oh, that's another undead spell punk. Let's get him out of the way. Thank you. I'm gonna make sure I scour like every last nook and cranny in this area just to see if I can find any little secrets at all. Also, if you hear anything in the background, that is my cat, but I'm hoping it doesn't pick up. Yeah, we'll see. I'll see in editing. Anyway, let's get this guy out of the way. Thank you. Terrafin is now level 6, thankfully. And, okay, that's the way out, but there's one more area we can go to, so let's try that. Okay, there's the undead spell punk. I'm not sure if there's another, like, treasure chest or something in here, but we'll see. Nope, just some more ham. Oh, does it keep going? No, I think this is it. I'll look down here one more time just to see, but I doubt, yeah. There's only the hat in here, which I'm fine with. That means I think I only have one more treasure chest I need to find, and I'll have everything in this level. Which I am happy with that. So, challenge success. Let's go and open up this hat. And we got a bone hat. Or bonehead. And we've finally got all the hats. Nice. So that means there's only like one more treasure chest left. Let me see. Oh, legendary. Oh. Legendary treasure and a treasure chest. Oops, I forgot about the legendary treasure. Hopefully that doesn't come and bite me in the butt. Oh, we'll see. Let's go ahead and break down this wall. Push this up here. And we should be able to use the cannon. And of course there are more spiders over here. It's always stinking spiderlings. But hey, we gotta destroy them with a cannon, so that's pretty nice. Anyway, let's go move this up here. And then move the cannon around a little bit. Actually, wait, could we just still move it normally, or am I wrong? Oh, wait, we could still just move it normally, of course. Alright, let's fire this bad boy and just destroy those zombies. More of these bone piles will show up, or these bone archers. And now we can just turn this. Move the cannon all the way up here. Break down this last wall. And there we go. Now this should open up. Very nice. And there's the key from early, to unlock the door from earlier in the level. Nice. I like how this level loops around and everything. It gives you an idea of what to do initially, and then just loops or what you need, and then, you know, loops you around, and then you eventually get back to that part. I like that. But anyway, let's go break this stuff because I can get some nice treasure, and there it is. The legendary treasure of this level, which should give us like 800 gold, which is going to be crazy. Yeah, sweet. I think that was called like the golden randomizer, which is funny because it's a 6-sided dice. Anyway, let's use the belly flop to get rid of those guys. And now, okay, a lot of the bone archers right here shouldn't be too bad. Let's use the, okay, there we go. Got all of them out of the way. Let's see. Okay, we'll just use the Z attack really quick. Or was like summoning his sharks. Okay, let's do the burrowing before we get hits. Get them with the belly flop, because why not? There we go. Now we can go back there. Gonna grab the key first. Is there anything over here? Nah, there's nothing. Of course there's nothing. So now what we can do is go over here. Unlock this gate in a moment. Very nice. Okay, that's where a treasure chest is, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. But first of all, we gotta deal with some undead spell punks. We're gonna spawn in more of the Rue babies, and I gotta be pretty fast with destroying these guys before they get... Oh, right, there's already a big boy. Oh, crud. Let's get rid of... Come on. Okay, cool, I didn't get hits. Because these guys hit like a truck, if I remember correctly. At least they hit like a truck in Giants. To be fair, Giants is a substantially harder game, and they seriously... Alright, I'm swapping to a Rupture. That is just mean enemy placement right there. Thank goodness a Rupture and Whirlwind exists. To be fair, I should also use Whirlwind, but... Oh well. Are you kidding me? Okay, let's see if this will work. Okay. Now I think that guy is actually out of reach. But I don't know. I don't think we'll be able to aggro him, but... Ah, gosh, I just want to take him out, but it's fine. It's fine. We should be fine. Ouch. That's still stupid enemy placement. I am actually mad about that. Oh, man. But anyway, let's go move this cannon all the way over here. And then blast this wall, which just has a few coins behind it. Alright, I'll take them. Let's go ahead and turn this around. That way we'll be able to move this over here. And you know what? I think I'm going to swap over to Gil Grunt for a moment. Alright, because I think he needs upgrades as well. And we're about to get another treasure chest. I think this might be the last treasure chest in the level. I'm hoping. Come on. Yep, that's the last treasure chest. Sweet, so we got everything. I am happy with that. Now that we're done with that, we can move this cannon once again to the circle. And then we'll be able to rotate it. I will say the pacing of this level does get dragged down a little bit with the amount of times you have to push a cannon around. Okay, done with that. And of course there were these guys. Alright, where's the stinking fire whenever I need it, because I messed up and didn't move the cannon in the right position, but it'll be fine. You know why?
'Cause I have my tray table up and my seat back in the full upright position.
Okay, I hope you all like that joke too. Man. Anyway, let's go move this. And Fire. Dang. You know, now I see where this game is rated E10. Alright, let's push. Let's move this around. It's kind of a shame that those zombies don't really give you any EXP. Alright, let's fire again. Oh, crud. What do you mean the projectile doesn't work? Oh, wait. No, no, no. Turn this around. Please. Zombies are coming. Actually, it might be a good thing, because that means I'll be able to shoot them properly. Nice. Alright, come here, zombie. Got him. Sweet. Oh, there was a candle right there. Oh, well, we took care of him anyway. And now we should be nearing, yep, final area. Alright, so we're gonna have to deal with a lot of these, like, smaller enemies, which will be fine. Okay, I think they just kind of glitched out. Their AI just kind of glitched out for a moment. That was weird. Was that it? Seriously? I remember that being a lot harder on the 360 and PS3 version. Like, oh, wait. This is a wave situation, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be, of course it's gonna be. Alright, ready for round 2. Who's next? Alright, let's just use our, like, water hose to get, like, rid of these guys. That's a lot of Roo babies, and okay, crud, I am taking a lot of damage for some reason. Okay, that's one down. Okay, just gonna use my, oh my lord. Swapping, I am swapping. I do not want to lose my first Skylander today. I've been doing so perfectly this Let's Play, I do not want to lose another one. Or, I do not want to lose one. Dude, a stupid crud. Okay, yep, Stealth Elf should be able to deal with these guys. I kind of realize that ranged Skylanders kind of have a bit of a disadvantage in this game. Especially since Gilgrunt is a bit on the slower end. But oh well, that's it for those guys. Jeez, that was rough. But this should be it for the level. There it is.
Wow! You found the skeleton key. This'll open the gates to the creepy citadel. Hey, but it also does this. Amazing, huh? Comes in pretty handy looking through keyholes. Oh, yeah. Save that for later.
And that is it for the level. So all in all, that went really well. Well, except for almost losing Gilgrunt. Oops.
Okay, top floor. Ladies' lingerie, housewares, land of the living.
Ah, good gracious! What's your head doing attached to that key?
Well, it is a skeleton key, but anyway, with that all out of the way, we can leave for the creepy citadel anytime you're ready. What do you think?
We'll hold off on that for now.
Okay, guess I'll just stand here with my head attached to this key.
Yeah, you do that, T-Bone. But anyway, we're gonna go back to Persephone because we can get some upgrades. But before we do that, we have a totem pole to destroy because I want a lot more money. So, magic, tech, undead, fire, earth, and finally water. Okay, I'm gonna move Gilgrunt out of the way so he doesn't get everything. But I am gonna grab a couple of the gems right here, very nice. And then we're gonna swap out to Stealth Elf and give her the rest because I think she needs quite a few upgrades. I'm not sure. But let's just give her the rest and wow, okay, good lord. She's gonna catch up fast. So now let's go over to Persephone. Hello, Persephone. And get an upgrade for Stealth Elf. So, oh wow, we didn't even go for her paths yet. So I think we're gonna go for the Pook Blade Saint. Because that's actually pretty good for her. Alright, so now we can get her some upgrades for her top path. So in this case, we'll get the Elf Jitsu, which gives her combos similar to Chop Chop. though hers are actually pretty wild. I'm not sure who got the better end of things, but both are really solid. Since you have like the little poison mist, but then you have like her best one being this like frenzy attack, which is really good. Like, good lord. Though it is a stagnant attack, unlike Chop Chop's, which gives him some momentum. So again, it's up for debate over who has the better combos. Anyway, let's go swap over to Terrafin, and let's see what he can get. Okay, so we're gonna go, I think we're gonna go for the bottom path for him. Alright, so now let's go ahead and give him, oh yeah, his combos as well. I kind of like combos, using characters with combos, which is ironic because Eruptor is my favorite Skylander to use. But yeah, so Terrafin gets access to like an instant body slam after his first 2 punches, and he gets one that gives him a cool uppercut. I don't know how viable these are, we'll see later, but hey, they're fun. Anyway, let's go swap over to Gilgrunt and get him his upgrades.
Ready for battle!
Okay, or upgrade, because he only has enough for 1. We're gonna go top path for him, because I think the top path is generally better than the bottom one. At least for Series 1. Alright, now that we're done with that, let's go ahead and give him his Quadrant Harpoons. Harpoons do even more damage. This one's pretty solid, and I like the look of his stinking cannon. Or harpoon launcher, sorry. I like the look of this harpoon launcher. It looks nice. But anyway, guys, next time on Skylanders Spyro's Adventure, we will be getting the Eternal Undead Source. So I'll see you all then, guys. Bye!